Tonight, it's the Braves against the Pirates from Pittsburgh. Good evening, everybody. Along with John Sterling, this is Ernie Johnson speaking to you from Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, where tonight it's Game 2 of a weekend series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Braves won here on last night. We conclude it tomorrow afternoon, and then Monday's an off day. Tuesday, Wednesday, we come to you from Chicago, and next weekend, home against the Dodgers. Well, John, young Steve Shields has got a big opportunity today.
Boy, he really does, Ernie. The Braves sent Pascual Perez home. He hurt his shoulder again last night. He's going to have an arthrogram on Monday. He might go on the disabled list. Len Barker already is on the disabled list. The Braves' starting pitching staff is down to 2. So Steve Shields, just called up from Richmond, where he was 3-3, has a big chance. Ernie, if he pitches well, he might find himself in the rotation. And by the way, if there's anyone out there who can pitch and win in the major leagues, just give a call to the Braves, because the Braves need pitching help.
They're a little short. Rick Reuschel will go for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Back with all the action right after this message. The Pirates have taken their positions. John has the starting lineups.
Okay, Ernie, and for the Braves, in fact, the Braves and Pirates will have the same lineups, excluding pitchers that they had last night in Atlanta's win. Claudell Washington leads off in right field. Rafael Ramirez bats second at short. Gerald Perry hits third at first. Dale Murphy in center field batting fourth. Bob Horner in the lineup, batting fifth at third base. Terry Harper in left field hitting sixth. Rick Cerone behind the plate bats seventh. Glenn Hubbard at second base hits eighth, and all eyes on Steve Shields, who should be a very nervous kind of butterfly young man. He was 3-3 at Richmond, 9-4 there last year. Big right-hander, fastball, curveball, and he gets his first major league start and appearance tonight against Pittsburgh. Now for the Pirates, they present the same lineup they had last night. Johnny Ray leads off at second base. Lee Mazzilli bats second at first. Steve Kemp bats third in left field. George Hendrick in the cleanup spot in right field. Tony Pena behind the plate bats fifth. Bill Madlock hits sixth at third base. Marvell Wynn in center field hitting seventh. Johnny LeMaster bats eighth at shortstop. And pitching and batting ninth, Rick Reuschel. Reuschel, just recalled from Hawaii, where he was 6-2, is 1-0 this year in the National League. Of course, he spent most of his career with the Chicago Cubs. The umpires at home plate, Randy Marsh. There's Randy. At second base, Billy Williams. At first base, Billy Williams. At second, John McSherry. And at third base will be Charlie Williams. The Pirates are 15-29. They're at 12.5 games out and in last place in the East. As you look at the Pirates defensively, with Kemp, Wynn, and Hendrick in the outfield from left to right. Madlock at third, LeMaster at short, Johnny Ray at second, Mazzilli at first, Tony Pena doing the catching, and the veteran right-hander Rick Reuschel doing the pitching. The Braves, with a win last night, are 19-26, 8.5 games off the pace, and they're in 5th place in the National League West. There's Rick Reuschel's lifetime stats. A very tough, heady right-hander. He certainly does knock the back out of your hands. He tries to keep the ball down low. Claudell Washington leads off for the Braves, and leading off the telecast on the Superstation, here's Ernie.
Thank you, John. Washington takes outside. We're underway. He started last night's game with a home run. Ramirez to follow. Reuschel with a 1-0. Trying to go away from him. Missed twice out there. 2-0. Slimmed down version of Rick Reuschel of former years. He's lost a lot of weight. That is a steerite. This is last night. He got it all. Tonight it's a fly ball to left, and Kemp got it all. 1 down. Ramirez is next. 1 for 4 last night with 2 RBIs. They walked C-Dub, as they call him. Instead of CW, it's now shortened to C-Dub. They walked him to get to Ramirez, and he responded with a single that knocked in 2. Strike off. Maybe a curve. It is. Just a plain number 2 from Pena. And that's a sign for a curve. Nobody on. You can watch Tony Pena with no one on. Practically sits down at home plate. Curveball strikeout. 2 away.
It's another breaking ball from Reuschel, and Ramirez swings over the top.
Gerald Perry has hit safely 9 of his last 12 games. 1 for 5 last night. It was an important base hit. It came with 2 outs. Then Murphy followed that with a double, scoring Gerald. Outside corner. So far, he's got a lock on that part of the plate. Trying to go away from the lefties, make him hit the ball to left field. He's out there again. You can see Pena setting up out there. I should say setting down. Look at it. With nobody on base, Pena doesn't play like that. I mean, with a runner at first, he's not going to take a chance of a runner stealing. 1 and 2, 2 outs. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pena's kind of an old-fashioned player. When the game is over, he's just covered with dirt. He just gets right down in there. And he can throw. 2-2 in the dirt. Understand that Rick Camp on Pete Van Weeren's leadoff man on radio said that he wanted to be traded. So that's 2, and that's a ball. Garber and Camp have asked to be traded.
Of course, that is their prerogative, but a little mystified about Rick Camp saying that, because Camp pitched the best he's pitched all year. He pitched 5 magnificent innings last night, allowing only 1 hit and 2 walks, got the win. The Braves are so hurt for pitching, Rick Camp could step in and be a starter right now. I would think.
Maybe that's why he said it.
It could be.
Now Dale Murphy. 3 for 4 last night. This is game 541 in a row. Incidentally, the new Sports Illustrated has, as I understand it, an outstanding article on Dale Murphy and his family. Perry's at first, 2 away. Gerald's stolen 4 bases, been caught only once, and he stole that base last night after singling, and then Murphy drove him in. All came with 2 outs. He's going again. Safe. He got in there again. Gerald Perry with his 5th stolen base.
That's really one of the reasons why Perry is playing. He really has good speed and can steal bases. Pena makes a fine throw, and Perry simply beats the ball down there. He just got in before the tag, as you see. And that's a tough item to beat, speed.
The 1-1. They're going to appeal that, but Billy Williams says he did not go. 2 balls and a strike. With the base open, they will pitch to Murphy. Carefully. Now the 2-1. Murph didn't care too much for that one. 2-2. Murph doesn't argue, he just shakes his head. I've seen him throw a bat, though, Nancy, a couple of times. 2-2. Line to left, going to be in for a base hit. And Perry is going to score, and Murphy is on his way to second. And there'll be no throw. Kemp came up, looked like he had a chance at Murphy, but must have slipped out there. And Murphy more or less threw his bat at that ball to get the base hit. It was a breaking ball. Watch.
And he broke his bat in half. It's a breaking ball outside. Murph lined it down the left field line. I have a terrific Dale Murphy story to tell you that happened last night to me. I'll tell you about a bit later. So Perry walks, steals a base. Murph gets his 4th hit of the series, and the Braves have a 1-run lead.
And Horner takes a strike. Murphy now with 38 RBIs. Horner wore the collar last night, 0 for 4. 0-2. He had some stiffness in his wrist today and a little doubtful as to whether he would start tonight. But he's in there. Now an 0-2. Way outside. Murphy's at second. The Braves lead at 1-0. Nice banner. Hit down the right side foul. Braves pick up a lot of fans along the way due to the cable. One and two. He wants it outside, and he just missed with the fastball outside. 2-2. Pena sets up very definitely on the outside again, and that ball is hit to short and by short, and Murphy's going to score, and Horner's got himself a single and an RBI. Just out of the reach of LeMaster. It's 2-0.
Well, you know what will make Eddie Haas a better manager? These kind of runs. Horner hits it hard past LeMaster on that turf. Murphy scores. The Braves have a 2-0 lead. And the Braves last night jumped out in front, had a big lead, and got good pitching to win the ball game. That's really, it's very elemental. You score more runs than the other guys, you're going to win.
Terry Harper had a 2-run homer here last night as the skipper of the Braves, Eddie Haas, looks on. And Harper takes inside. Horner's not a threat to go. 1 ball, no strike. A little bit outside. 2-0. It's good hitter's park here at Three Rivers. 400 to dead center, 375 in the alleys, and down the line 335. And the ball carries. Harper's run it to 3-0. Bobby Dew's coaching first, and Bobby Wine over at third. They might let him swing here if he likes it. We'll never know. It was high. Fans getting a little restless as Reuschel has given up 2 walks and 2 hits. Horner's now in scoring position for Rick Cerone.
And, you know, that also going to make Steve Shields feel just a little bit better. He's got to be nervous going out there, but he's going to go out there with at least a 2-run lead.
Cerone was 0 for 4 last night. Check it, he was 1 for 5. The 0-1. Swung at a bad curveball, 0-2.
In fact, Eddie Haas thought that one hit by Cerone was the biggest hit of the game. He followed the opening hit by Harper in that 4th inning. Got 2 strikes on him. Got the hit to right center field. Then Hubbard had the bunt, and the Braves were off to a big inning.
Now an 0-2. Another curveball, strikeout, throw to first to complete it. That's it for the Braves, but Atlanta scores 2. The Pirates are coming to bat. You can see how the Braves line up behind young Steve Shields in his major league debut. He's out there warming up right now. He walked across that foul line, and he had to say to himself, well, I made it to the major leagues. So few do who first sign up. He was pitching well at Richmond. He was 3-3. He had 4 complete games. He had 2 shutouts. He had 1 bad game, and that accounted for some of the ERA, the rise in it up to 3.14. If you think that's high, there it is right there. Interesting note, Steve's mother drove up from Gadsden, Alabama, and she started last night, or I should say this morning at 1 o'clock, and she made it. She's sitting down here. The young man lost his dad a couple of months ago. And as we mentioned on the opening, he has a great opportunity here due to all the injuries to the Braves pitchers. And here's Ray in the pitch. Is low, 1-0. Mazzilli to follow. Johnny Ray went 0 for 5 last night. One-0 pitch. Swung on, fly ball, short left. Ramirez, Harper with a grab. He just got it in the webbing. Tough play because this time of the night it's hard to see.
Yes, and also Terry didn't want to run into Ramirez. Look at the ice cream cone at the end of the catch. You see the ball come out. Ralphie gets out of the way. Oh! And Harper then scooped it back into that big mitt. So Steve Shields gets a pop-up on first batter he faces.
Lee Mazzilli 1 for 3 in the first game. He's playing because Jason Thompson has a pulled hamstring. Shields is 6'5" and about 220. One and oh. Perry should grab it, and he does. 2 away. Mazzilli bounces to first. I interviewed Steve Shields yesterday on Braves radio. Handles himself very well in front of the mic. He said, I'm just going to go out and do my best. He said, I graduated from Hoax Bluff, Alabama High School. I don't know if you heard of that or not. I said, no. Not very big town over there. Lives in Gadsden. And, of course, if you, there it is, Steve, Hoax Bluff, Alabama. All right. Everything's all right. He signed originally with the Red Sox, and they let him go. And the Braves were interested and signed him. And so far, it's been a great move by Atlanta. He had a winning year last year at Richmond. This is Kemp. And the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kemp was 0 for 3 last night. Outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's got family back home, high school pals watching him, guys that he worked with. And a 1-2. A little bit outside. He's got a good fastball, 2-2. And Shields had an excellent spring. He didn't allow a run or a hit in about 7 innings of spring training baseball. But he said, I knew I was headed for Richmond. There's a bouncer toward Hubbard. Steve Shields goes 1-2-3 in his first major league inning. We go to the second, 2-0 Atlanta. Hubbard leads off the second, and the first pitch to him is the ball. Hubby in last night's game 2 for 4. And a 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. Going to be a long throw. But LeMaster equal to the task. One down. Now the batter, Steve Shields. The first pitch to him. 0-1.
43, Steve Shields.
0-2. Reuschel is not having any mercy. You don't in this game. The 0-2. Outside. 1-2. Steve has got to feel strange at the plate. They have the designated hitter at Richmond. And that
Everywhere but the National League.
2-2. Bounce it to short. Short to first. 2 down. Next, Claudell Washington, who flied to left first time up. Over the years, Reuschel has been tough against Atlanta. He's like 6-1 lifetime. Most of those wins came as a Cub. Cubs let him go last year. Outside, 1-0. He had a brother that also pitched in the major leagues. 1-0 pitch. High pop, left side foul. Let's see if anybody can catch up. Nope. Kemp came a long way from left. The count's 1-1. An afternoon game here tomorrow. Monday's off, then we come to you from Chicago Tuesday and Wednesday. Those, of course, are both afternoon games. Next weekend, the Dodgers. We're home for 2 weeks. Just inside. Well hit center. Back toward that wall. This ball is out of here. Claudell Washington hit it into the center field seats. 3-0. That ball had to go 450 feet if it went an inch. Into the center field seats.
A low fastball. Watch Claudell get all of it. Really clock a low fastball. Not a bad pitch by Reuschel at all. And boy, Claudell smacked it deep, just right of the center field seats. Bang. It was out over the plate. He got his arms extended. And this thing goes over the inner fence and back into those brown seats.
Ramirez to short. That's it. Here in the second inning, but Claudell Washington's home run makes it 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the second.
Team, the Atlanta Braves swing into action against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Live at 1:35 p.m. Eastern on Superstation WTBS tomorrow.
All right, we believe that is Steve Shields' family all the way from Gadsden, and we know that they're enjoying their time here. Pitch is low. This is George Hendrick leading it off 0 for 3 last night. One ball, one strike. That was an error on Reuschel. He's 12-6 lifetime against Atlanta, 6-1 since back in '77. There's a slow bouncer to Hubbard. Should be an out, and it is. 4 in a row set down by Shields. Now the batter, Tony Pena. You In other games today, Cincinnati beat St. Louis, Browning over Kepshire. The Giants won a one-run game, 2-1 over Philadelphia. Hammaker was the winner. California walloped Detroit. Witt beat Petrie. Toronto won again, beating Cleveland. And the Red Sox shut out Texas 6-0. Pitch to Pena. A curve outside. Toronto now with a record of 31-15. Bobby Cox's club leading Baltimore by 4.5, and Detroit by 5.5. And the 1-0. Strike call. Tony Pena with a 5-game hitting streak. One to him. Curveball a little high. 2-1. The great stadium for banners. They've always had a lot of them. Outside. 3-1. Madlock on deck. John Sterling and Ernie Johnson with you. Braves baseball from Pittsburgh. And a 3-1. Missed outside. Pena walks. Now Bill Madlock. Mad Dog 1 for 3 in last night's game. Batting average only .230 for a guy who won 4 batting titles. So you know one day he's going to come out of it. Plates jumping around. 1-0. Cerrone wanted that one. First time that we've seen Madlock wear glasses was in this series. 2 balls and no strikes. First, 1 out, 3-0 Atlanta. He's a little low. He wants a different baseball. Three balls and a strike. A runner at first base with 1 out. Two on and 1 out. So Wildness right now getting Steve Shields in trouble. Here's Marvell Wynn. Wynn's got some speed. He's tough to double. Shields to the plate. Foul away. We'll be with you at 1:35 tomorrow afternoon. Steve Bedrosian against Jose De Leon. Shields with an 0-1. Curve miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shields got him 1, 2, 3 in the first. Got Hendrick on a bouncer here to lead off to second, but he's walked Pena, who's now at second, and Madlock. And a 1-1 to Marvell Wynn. Hit toward left field, base hit. They're going to hold the runners. The bases will be loaded. Wynn went out and got it. He singled to left. So in every ball game you start, you're going to have some adversity.
The outside fastball hits to left field. Tony Pena has trouble running, and Harper has an excellent arm. So third base coach Bob Skinner applied the brakes, and the bases are jammed now with 1 man out.
Every starting pitcher has a spot in the ball game that he's got to get through. And here in the second inning, Shields has reached one. LeMaster drives it foul on the right side. He was 0 for 3 last night.
Just want to add, Tony Pena has trouble running because he has a bad ankle, sprained ankle. He normally runs very, very well, but it really helps when your left fielder has an arm like Terry Harper. He has really an outstanding arm for a left fielder.
Jeff Dedman starts loosening up in the bullpen. Now an 0-1. Curve hit foul off the end of the bat. 0-2. Reuschel's due next. There's Dedman. Shields wants a different baseball. Pena's at third, Madlock second, and Wynn at first. No balls, 2 strikes from a stretch. The 0-2 fouled away. Bedrock in the middle there, flanked by, looks like Chambliss and Comets. The runners, Pena third, Madlock at the Keystone sack, as they call it, and a first win. And the 0-2, he got him on a curveball. Steve Shields strikes out LeMaster for a big out number 2.
Shields has really shown major league stuff. A good fastball, and here's the hook. Down and away, and LeMaster strikes out. Now, Shields, if he gets the pitcher Rick Reuschel, not a bad hitter, he'll get out of the inning.
Chuck Tanner, who never sits down. He stands up the whole game. And you can't get careless just because it's a pitcher. He's been a good hitter for a pitcher. That should be out number 3. Shields to first. And that is a big out and a big inning for young Steve Shields. He had the bases loaded and 1 out, and he got out of it. And we go to the third, 3-0 Atlanta.
This telecast authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Braves, intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, retransmission, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the express written consent of the Braves and TBS is prohibited. And Ernie, you'd have to say that Steve Shields, we don't know how he's going to fare for the rest of the game, but he certainly looks like a cool customer.
So far, very cool. As you look at Bruce Benedict and Rick Camp down in the bullpen, he fielded that last bounder and very quiet about the whole thing. No hurry. Got out number 3. This is Gerald Perry. Jarrell with a walk, a stolen base, and scored a run in front of Murphy's double in the first inning. They had that same act one time last night. That's to center field. Wynn having a little trouble with it, and he caught it one-handed. He didn't realize it was going to carry that far. Perry gave it a ride, deep center field, and Wynn misjudging it, but he did catch it. Now Dale Murphy. A double and an RBI, first time up. Blowing away, 1-0. Two and out. Hit foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. Horner's on deck. Good-looking cap that guy's got on. Very dapper, I think. 2 balls and 1 strike. Inside, 3-1. That is ball 4. Murphy thought it might have nipped the outside, so he waited. Randy Marsh says take first. So walk to Murphy. Third issued by Reuschel, who shut out the Braves for 6 innings when he faced them in Atlanta. They said he left the ball game because of blisters on his heel. This is Horner, who singled in a run first time up. Murphy has not stolen a base this year. Double play ball. 1 at second. 2 at first. That's it for Atlanta. 6-4-3 on Horner. We go to the bottom of the third. 3-0 Atlanta. We're going to the bottom of the third. It'll be the top of the order for the Pirates, headed by Johnny Ray. Ray, Mazzilli, and Kemp. Ray's hit safely in 19 of his last 26 games. Base hit to left. Second hit off Steve Shields. Now Lee Mazzilli. We talked yesterday about ABC is going to televise all World Series games at night. That's including the weekend game. Story out of Chicago today, kind of cute. Dallas Green said that even if it were available, he doesn't know whether he would use Comiskey Park. I think the White Sox have said if we're not in it, you can use our park because there are no lights at Wrigley Field. And Green said, well, I don't know if the baseball people would appreciate that, playing in an American League ballpark.
They're going to play in the dark?
They were going to play in a National League park. And I just got to thinking, if the Cubs won the National League pennant, and they average almost 30,000 for every home game this year, and at the end of the year, Dallas Green said, folks, I want to thank you for your support, but we're going to play the World Series in St. Louis.
Oh, that'd be awful. That really would be awful.
I know it, but
you know, I don't understand. They have used portable lights for a lot of college football games unless they are shifted to night for national television. The World Series isn't going to start to mid-October. Why don't they take the intervening time? They have all these months and see if they can get portable lights there.
Well, I don't think that's the question. I think it's whether you can have lights or not, and they have said you can't play a night game in that stadium.
Oh.
No, I think that's more it than anything else. The courts have ruled no night ball at Wrigley for the moment. If they ever did something like that, played it in a National League park, and I was just thinking of the nearest Eastern Division park, they probably wouldn't have Wrigley Field to go home to after those fans got upset.
Well, I think we've narrowed down the choices. Either they play in the dark, play at Comiskey Park, put in portable lights, or go somewhere else. I think those are the 4 choices.
Well, I think you'd play at Comiskey if it were available, because then the Chicago fans could still go to the game. That might be 2. And it's going to be a double play. Mazzilli bounces to Hubbard, and that was all she wrote. 4-6-3. So they've exchanged double plays.
Steve Shields getting a lot of ground balls. His fastball obviously is moving a bit, sinking a bit. Braves turn it pretty easily, and the 2-way.
Now Steve Kemp. Kemp is grounded out in his only turn. Shields gets his windup back, and here's the first pitch. Breaking ball just inside, 1-0.
You know, we all have opinions on this, and here's my final opinion on that matter. They're still going to lose so much. The charm is seeing Wrigley Field and playing in Wrigley Field. It's a lovely park. And they have great fans, and it's the whole atmosphere, just like Fenway in Boston and all.
But ABC TV, who plays every ball club almost $7 million a year, you kind of say, yes, sir, what else do you want to do? But they have it written in their contract. If they want a schedule of night games, they have the okay. That's in the contract. And that's well hit, and it's caught by Raffy on a nice catch. A line drive, and Ramirez picked it off for out number 3. So Shields, in his Major League debut, has gone 3 shutout innings. We go to the 4th, 3-0 Atlanta. And Shields taking a little breather in the dugout. Harper will lead it off, 4th inning. Here's John.
Okay, Ernie, so far so good for Steve Shields. And the Braves have a 3-0 lead on 3 hits. Pirates have 2 hits off Stephen. And the breaking ball by Reuschel is up high, ball 1. By the way, the Superstation is sending this back to you tonight in stereo, sound. So if you have the right hookup, you can get us an extra. Terry Harper walked his first time. He's been kind of a hot hitter for the Braves. He's done a good job. He's hit in 12 of his last 17 games at a 300 clip, 275 overall. And the count 2-1. And for the time being, he's won that left field job. He's playing well. He runs the bases well. He has a good arm, good outfielder. Terry Harper has a chance. He really does. LeMaster will make the play from shortstop, 1 away. For late tuners in with 2 outs and no one on, Gerald Perry walked in the first inning, stole second, scored on Murph's double, and Murph scored on Horner's single. In the second inning, Claudell Washington hit a mammoth home run, his second in 2 nights, 5th of the year, into the center field seats, and the Braves have a 3-0 lead. Evens on the foul ball, 1-1. Well, what a kick it is for Steve Shields. Just called up, starting a ball game. He has a lead. His family is in the front row box watching. It's some night for Steve Shields. Which reminds me, Ernie, I wanted to ask you a question about your own start. 1-2. Do you remember the first batter you faced in the major leagues, where and all?
I remember the first game. I don't remember the first batter. Well, it might have been Whitfield. It appeared it was in Philadelphia. As I said, I walked across the foul line, and the first thing you think about, I made it to the majors.
There's a base hit Cerrone to left field. He lines it over the outstretched glove of Johnny LeMaster. It was an old Connie Mack Stadium.
Connie Mack Stadium, and they said pitch Whitfield low, and I didn't. Hit it right through my legs into center field, and they said, welcome to the big leagues. The other one is when you get into a World Series game. And because so few players do that, that when you walk across that foul line, that's kind of the boundary. You walk across the foul line, you say, well, I've made a World Series game. It's a thrill, and I'm sure tonight Steve Shields is as happy as anything because he thought that he was going to be out of baseball. Really, he told me yesterday. He said, I think until the Braves called, I felt my career was over.
Well, you ought to tell that story as Glenn Hubbard stands in, one on, one out, because you talked to him last night on the radio leadoff man, and some people might have missed it. I don't think many people miss it. He had a lot of problems when he was with the Red Sox. Not pitching problems either.
Well, early in his career, he got hit in the face with a line drive, and then he was in an automobile accident, broke 3 ribs, and then he said, when I finally got healthy and pitched a couple of years, the Red Sox released me. So he thought about going to work for a living back in Gadsden.
Cerrone is hung up. Braves try to hit and run. Hubbard missed the curveball, and Cerrone will be tagged out easily. So the Braves tried to put on a running game, and it backfired as Hubbard missed the curveball.
All right, as soon as the pitch was missed, Cerrone is dead. He sees that he can't make second, sees that he can't make first, and he knows he's not going to make second because there's the tag.
And that will go 2-4, 3-4, I believe. In the air to center field, Marvell Wynn will put it away, and that ends the inning. No runs on a hit, no one is left. And at the end of 3.5 innings of play, and back of rookie Steve Shields, the Braves lead it 3-0.
America's team, the Atlanta Braves, swing into action against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Live at 1:35 p.m. Eastern on Superstation WTBS tomorrow.
That's in the upper deck down the left field line. It's about 1.5 miles from left field. It's about 5 miles. It's about a $5 cab ride from home plate. The Hastings family, Chuck, Mary Lou, and Aaron, and Stephen Dalton from Atlanta are in the ballpark tonight, as is Rossi Shepard from New Martinsville, West Virginia. Want to send a happy birthday to CNN's Andy Parsons, who is 38 years old, excuse me. And the Smith family from LaGrange is here in the ballpark tonight, rooting for the Braves as we go to the bottom of the 4th. And George Hendrick is started out by Steve Shields, ball 1. Hendrick hitting near in the Boo Birds here in Pittsburgh. He has not been hitting a lick for Pittsburgh. That should be the first out of the inning. Gerald Perry in foul territory, 1 away. I had a long talk. I mean, maybe an hour conversation at breakfast yesterday with Johnny Sain about Steve Shields. And Ernie, you can apply yourself to what Johnny Sain said, being an ex-pitcher. He said that there are a lot of pitchers like Shields who mature late. They mature late as pitchers. They maybe learn how to pitch. They learn how to take pressure. They learn how to face different situations.
There's John right there. Well, we've told this story before. John Quinn was a good judge of talent. He was the general manager of the Braves for many years in Boston and in Milwaukee. And he put pitchers in a separate class from the everyday player. He said that he didn't think a pitcher knew how to pitch until he was in his late 20s, 27, 28. And so there have been, over the years, many pitchers that have come along in their late 20s. Harry Burkeen was one, and Harvey Haddix, and Warren Spahn didn't even win his first game until he was around 25, 26 years old. So they come along later sometimes, especially if they don't have the great blazing fastball that gets them by early.
Count on Pena 0-2 as he misses the curveball. That's the point. I wasn't talking, and in fact, Johnny and I talked about that. We're not talking about Dwight Gooden and Fernando Valenzuela, guys who just have great stuff. Guys who have to make themselves good pitchers or winning pitchers. Anyway, there's a lot of hope for Shields. That's the point. Curveballs outside 1 and 2. And he has shown pretty good major league stuff, but more importantly, like Zane Smith, he's shown a little bit of coolness, a little bit of intestinal fortitude. Boy, the Braves, they need starting pitchers. Struck him out. And that is Shields' second strikeout.
That looked like a sinking fastball. He's used that and the curveball. Let's see if this goes down and in. Cerrone wants it inside. That did go down and in, a sinker. Many times a pitcher getting on top can get that fastball to sink just like a spitball. They call it a dry spitter. Nothing on it. It just goes down and in because it's thrown overhand.
Now there's the breaking ball down and away from the right-hand hitting Bill Madlock. He's got a good fastball, and it sinks. It moves, in other words, and good curveball, and thus far he's had good control. Well, it's early yet, look in his career. Can't judge him one way or t'other.
Yeah, let's not put him in the Hall of Fame tonight, but so far he's done very well.
Or the other way. If he got batted around,
Yeah.
you can't judge on that.
No, you got to give him another shot.
Bob Horner will make the long throw. And a 1-2-3 inning for Shields. Nothing across for the Pirates, and to 4. Braves lead it 3-0. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Ernie Johnson, John Sterling at Three Rivers Stadium. Looking at Claudel Washington, who's on the on-deck circle. Steve Shields will lead off with the Braves. He bounced out to short his first time. He probably hasn't swung a bat in a real game in a long time. Rick Reuschel gets a swinging strike. I think the reason that we're talking so much about Shields tonight is Major League debut and all. Len Barker's on the DL. Pascual Perez has been on the DL for 2.5 weeks. He may go back on it after the Monday arthrogram is studied. Shields strikes out on 3 pitches, and 2 pitchers the Braves have counted on. Len Barker and Pascual Perez may both be on the DL and are combined 1-9 this year. You know, all this talk about Eddie Haas. He has 2 pitchers who are 1-9 that you expect maybe to be 9-2 or 9-3.
Another reason we're talking about the young pitchers, we haven't had an awful lot to talk about lately.
Well, that's true, too.
A little blue sky in there.
A little bit. That's the 3rd strikeout for Reuschel. Here's Claudel, who's homered twice in the past 2 days. He has 5 on the year, 15 RBIs, and has played very well consistently for the Braves this year. Braves lead at 3-0. We're in the top of the 5th. That is nubbed to short. LeMaster will throw him out. 2-way. Here's Rafi, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Breaking ball down low, ball 1. That'll be foul. 1-1. Oh, quickly, the Dale Murphy story. Just another item about the unfailing humility of such a great player. It's such a good guy, Dale Murphy. Last night on the Star of the Game radio show, I wanted Rick Camp, but he was icing his elbow, and he couldn't come out for about 20 minutes. I went to the trainer's room. Oh, I almost got him. I went back on the field as the game ended, and I got Glenn Hubbard for Jim Rooker's Star of the Game on the Pirate Network. And then I asked Murph, would you come on? And Murph turned around to me. Right now, the pitch. LeMaster off his glove. It'll be a base hit. If he had fielded it cleanly, he probably would not have thrown out Ramirez, who runs well. That's the 5th Braves hit. Anyway, Murph turned to me, and he honestly said, he said, John, you really want me? I said, well, you did have 3 hits.
The Master made a good play getting to the ball. Couldn't get it in his glove right away. That result was an infield hit.
2 outs, Ramirez up. Ramirez at first base, Perry up, and you might see Rafi do some running. Perry has walked and fly to center. Fouled away, 0-1. Murph is getting back in the groove. He had 3 hard hits last night. And a double and an RBI in this ball game. Braves lead at 3-0, top of the 5th. Ramirez chased back to first base. Good block by Pena to hold Ramirez at first base on the low pitch. And the count evens at 1-1. He just got back. In fact, if the throw is lower, Missouri wouldn't have had to move the tag down. They would have gotten him.
I think Ramirez is hurt. He was going. He reached in. Now here comes Dave Pursley out. It looked like he injured his shoulder, and hopefully it's not serious. Reaching in to grab the bag, Ramirez has hurt himself.
When Rafi missed a couple of games this week, it was not the shoulder, it was the elbow. Braves have some shoulder problems because that's what's hampered Pascual Perez. See Purz and Eddie Haas out there. Rafi says he's okay. A strike on Perry with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And of course, if Gerald should reach, the Murph is on deck. Two and one. Again, a breaking ball in the dirt. Baltimore chop. It goes into center field. It skipped past Ray, who wanted to short hop it. That's really not a bad play by Johnny Ray. If he let the ball bounce again, he'd never get Perry. He tried to short hop it, and the ball sprang right past him off this artificial turf. The Braves have runners on the corners. That's a base hit for Perry. And here's a big moment in the game. Dale Murphy could break this thing open.
Let's see if it hit in the dirt. Yes, it did. Perry's going to beat this out. And when it comes down, it just bounces over the second baseman's head. Has to go as a base hit. Even if he feels it, I don't think he throws anybody out.
I agree. Murph has doubled for an RBI, his 38th, and walked. Ball one. Here is another reason. I know we say this a lot, but it's so important to have Bob Horner in the lineup and hit. Because if, in fact, you want to pitch around Dale Murphy now, you have to face Horner with the bases loaded. And the count 2-0. There's Rafi at third, and across the diamond, Gerald Perry at first base. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Hit hard, but right at Bill Madlock, who goes the short way for the inning-ending force. No runs on 2 hits. The Braves lead 2. Skip and Pete will be over. And the bottom half of the inning at the end of 4 1/2. Atlanta 3 and Pittsburgh nothing.
Hello again, everybody. Skip Carey, Pete Van Wieren with you now as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. And if you joined us late, there's what's happened to this point. Marvell Wynn singled his first time. Solid ground ball into left field. Steve Shields been impressive in the early going. One ball, no strikes. Tricia Fabian from Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania, here rooting for the Braves tonight. Tried to bunt his way on, bunted it foul. a strike, the count to Wynn. He's at 208. That's amazing. He had 266 a year ago, and you figured him to get better. Time call now by Randy Marsh. I think they're asking, well, I don't know what they're doing.
There's a light behind the center field gate.
Hey, what's going on in there? Hey, guys. Well, he tended to it, and now we're ready to go.
What is going on in there? Why would there be a light behind the center field fence?
Maybe that's Harding Peterson cleaning out his office. But I don't think so. 1-1, the count to Win. Now what's the trouble? We're asking that the headlights be turned off.
That is where the Pirate Parrot drives his little motor scooter from. I'll bet that's what it is.
Why doesn't the Pirate Parrot... I can't finish the sentence. So now Dale Murphy gets to... Well, it's not all right. The Parrot's not guilty. There he is. Sorry, Parrot. Wonder if the Parrot and Fredbird have ever gone out together. Shields is going to have to cover just in time. Gerald got him the ball in good shape, one away. Johnny LeMaster will bat.
I looked this up today, and I can't find anything in any of the record books about it, but I wonder what the worst start a player has ever gotten off to with the bat in a season is. Johnny LeMaster is now 0 for 20 for the year. I wonder how long into a season a hitter has ever gone without getting a hit.
Well, he's just gotten his first one. Better now than with the bases loaded and one out the first time he hit. And they begin throwing confetti here as LeMaster gets a hit. The third of the night for the Pirates. Rick Reuschel will hit for himself here. 3-0 our score. We're in the fifth. Runner at first, one out. Braves don't know what to do about Reuschel. Horner is sort of anticipating a bunt. He's in a step or two at third. He's going to get one. It's low, 1 ball, no strikes. Nothing Atlanta, our score. A bunt and go to first. Low, but Hubbard dug it out. 2 down. A 1-4 sacrifice. Runner in scoring position. With 2 out on the top of the order, and Johnny Ray will bat. He's 1 for 2.
Shields looked a little unsure of himself on this play, and it might be because he probably hasn't fielded a whole lot of bunts on artificial turf before. That ball possibly got to him a little quicker than he thought. He took a look down at second, had a thought about throwing there, and then hurried that throw to first a little bit, but Hubbard saved it for him, and there are 2 outs.
Ray has flied to left and single. This guy's name is, every year you hear trade rumors about him. Boy, he's a pretty good ball player. Breaking ball missed downstairs. 1 ball, no strike.
He's one of those unspectacular types in the Jose Cruz mold. Just goes out there every year, hits 280 or 290, plays every day, gets the job done defensively.
Into the dirt. Good play by Cerrone. He took a little punishment to keep that in front of him. 2 balls, no strikes. Jose De Leon and Steve Bedrosian pitch tomorrow. We'll have it for you at 1:35 here on CBS. Skip Ellison, our director tonight. We have no producer.
What?
Everything's been very smooth. A 2-0 pitch. quirks a foul past first. We are, however, afflicted with our associate director, Richard Crooker. Resplendent in a... What would you call that shirt? I mean, I know what you would call it, but beside that...
You mean the color?
Yeah.
It is sort of a shocking pink with blue and green and tan stripes.
The 2-1. Just missed outside, 3-1. There's the shirt.
Sit down, Richard.
A star is not born. Up the middle, there comes the first Pirate run. Murphy's firing, but it'll be late. Cerrone tried to kick him off the plate, but couldn't do it. It's 3-1.
2 out base hits will score you a lot of runs in this game, and Johnny LeMaster coming around third after the base hit by Johnny Ray. Beats the throw home. A good throw by Murphy, right on target. But LeMaster in easily. Hit number 4 off Steve Shields.
Good job by Cerrone there. He tried to nudge him off the plate with that left foot as he was taking the throw, which is tough to do, but LeMaster got in there. The tying run comes to the plate of the person of Lee Mazzilli.
Jeff Dedman up again in the Atlanta bullpen. Second time he's been up tonight.
Mazzilli has bounced to first, wrapped into a 4-6-3 double play. That was the 4th hit off Steve Shields. Got the breaking ball up. 1 ball, no strikes. Shields had 4 complete games in 8 starts in the International League. I don't know how many of those were 7-inning contests, and his adrenaline he's been so pumped up for this one, he might wilt earlier than normal. The 1-0. A little high. 2 balls, no strikes. He's out of Gadsden, Alabama. Fly ball, short center. Everybody chasing it. It's going to drop. And they're on the corner. Mazzilli hit a little flare. The drop. Here's Steve Kemp.
Well, Steve Shields showed us a lot of poise back in the second inning when he got out of a bases-loaded 1-out situation without a run scoring. Now he's got runners first and third with a 2-run lead, and a tough hitter, Steve Kemp, due up, and Eddie Haas wants to have a chat with Steve Shields.
And that might be what he's asking him if he's run out of gas. And to just go a little further with the point, as emotional as he was about his first major league appearance after 9 years, you can get yourself so pumped up that you're absolutely exhausted after 5 innings when you're used to pitching 8 or 9. But they're going to stay with him here. That base hit certainly wasn't hit hard. And here's Steve Kemp, who has bounced to second and lined to short. George Hendrick moves on deck. That was the 5th Pirate hit. He delivered. Pop fouled out of play, 0-1. Pete Van Wieren, Skip Carey with you from Three Rivers Stadium. Ray at third, Mazzilli at first, and 2 out. Carey holds the runner on, which gives Kemp some added hitting room on the right side. But that is the tying run over there. You want to keep him out of scoring position. Missed low with the curveball. It's 1-1. Two balls and a strike. It's 3-1 Atlanta, but the Pirates threatening here. They've scored one and have two on in the bottom of the fifth. Twisting down the left side, Terry Harper coming over. He will not have a play. It's in the Pirate bullpen. Two balls, two strikes. Lead from first and third. Cerrone with the sign. Time call. Cerrone and Shields can't get together. Cerrone, I'll tell you what, he's another one of these guys. I don't know why it's so many of them are catchers, but I'll bet you when his playing days are over, he'll wind up behind a microphone. What an articulate fella he is.
He really runs the ball game, too, and he catches, doesn't he?
The 2-2. Missed outside with his smoke. 3-2. Now the runner from first, Mazzilli, will take off, so Perry will doubtless play behind him. That will cut down on that angle. You know he's going to run. Mazzilli will get a huge lead from first. That could be a factor on a ground ball where you would want to turn a force at second base. He's getting a sprinter's start. Up the middle, base hit, run is there. Mazzilli on his way to third. He'll make it easily. It's 3-2. Drives in his 10th run of the year. And that's going to be all for Steve Shields. 4 hits here in the 5th inning will chase him from the mound. And no, he does not qualify for his first major league win. He did not go the necessary 5 innings. He went 4 2/3. He allowed 6 hits, 2 runs to this point. 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Walked 2, and he struck out 2. And Jeff Dedman will come in from the bullpen, and we'll be back right after this. Jeff Dedman will try to get George Hendrick out and get out of this 5th inning for Atlanta. It's a 3-2 ball game now. Shields pitched well for 4, lost it here in the 5th, and we won't know until later if he just ran out of gas or if the Pirates began to measure him. For 4 innings, he was very impressive. In the 5th, he got ripped a little bit. So Dedman will face Hendrick with runners on the corners and 2 out. And Jeff is in a spot where he can pick himself up a win with 2 or 3 good innings in relief. Hendrick has bounced to second, popped to first. And there he goes with the round hat over the square one. Hendrick down to 219 on the year. Well, let's hope he can keep that statistic rolling. strike, 0-1. Dedman uses his fastball more now than he did a year ago. And he's got a good one. Look out, 1-1. 2 on, 2 out. It's a 3-2 ball game. Looping line drive, tie game. Kemp is on his way to third. It's 3-3. That's 5 hits in the inning, 4 of them in succession. And Tony Pena, the batter. Pena has walked and struck out. Fast strike, 0-1. Pena calls time, steps out of the box. The Pirates have scored 3 here on 5 hits. And there's the lead run, Steve Kemp at third. Hendrick at first, 2 out. Ball and a strike for the right-hand hitting Pirate catcher. Bill Madlock is next. Sure, Ernie and John told you Pascual Perez flew back to Atlanta today. He will again have that arm examined. They expect an orthogram to be taken on Monday. The 2-1 pitch. Here it is. That should end the inning. Hubbard to first. And it's over, but the Pirates tie it. Scoring 3 times on 5 hits. No errors, 2 left. After 5, we're tied 3-3. We go to the 6th inning. It will be Horner, Harper, and Cerrone against Rick Reuschel, who's right back in the ball game now, tied 3-3. The pitching line on Steve Shields, 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 runs. Horner singled home a run in the first, wrapped into a double play in the third. Reuschel to Horner, missed the curveball. He held up in time, a ball and a strike to count. Billy Williams made the call. My brother, the marketing director, Chris Carey, looking in tonight in St. Louis. Line left center field. Kemp on the move, can't get there. Cuts it off nicely and will hold him to a very, very long single. Good job by Kemp.
Horner picking up his 2nd hit of the game, got a breaking ball down around the knees, driving it into left center. You can see he wears that wrap around the wrist now, and he runs the bases. He's been doing that pretty much all season long.
So Terry Harper stands up. Curveball is a beauty, 0-1. Gene Garber working in the Atlanta bullpen. Rod Scurry, a left-hander, begins to throw for the Pirates. Down and in. A ball and a strike. We're in the 6th. Harper has walked, bounced to short. He hit that one right off the end of the bat. Ray's only play will be to first. So Horner is in scoring position with 1 out. And Cerrone and Hubbard will have a chance to get the go-ahead run home.
See Bob Horner advancing from first to second. He kind of slowed down when that ball got in front of him. He wasn't worried about getting hit with that ball. He was just trying to screen second baseman Johnny Ray for a moment there, hoping that maybe Ray would lose track of the ball, maybe boot it.
Fastball upstairs to Rick. Cerrone has struck out and single. Good curveball. It's even now at 1-1. Two balls, 1 strike. The inside corner, 2-2. Cerrone didn't think so, but Randy Marsh did, and he's the one who counts. These two were teammates on the Yankees a couple years back. Strike 3 called at the knees, fastball. Cerrone knew at that time he's out of there. Strikeout number 4 for Reuschel.
Reuschel really a spot pitcher. He tries to hit spots. Outside corner at the knees, perfect.
Now the Pirates have a decision to make. First base is open. Hubbard, the batter, hitting in the number 8 spot. Garber is in the bullpen. Dedman is scheduled next, so let's see how the Pirates choose to go about their business. Hubby has bounced to short, fly to center. They're going to pitch to it. Right through there, 0-1. A ball and a strike. And a strike. Horner, carrying a potential lead run, is at second with 2 down. Now it's 3-1. Let's see if they go ahead and walk him or continue to pitch to him. Pena took a look into the Pirate dugout. They're still going to pitch to him. Now the Braves have to make a move of one kind or another. 4th walk for Reuschel to go with his 4th strikeout. Chris Chambliss grabs the bat and will come on to hit for Atlanta. So Chambliss pinch hits for Dedman, who went a 1/3 of an inning and allowed a hit. No runs for charge. And Gene Garber will become the 3rd Atlanta pitcher of the night. Two on, 2 out. That'll end the inning. LeMaster clips it to Ray, and the inning is over. So nothing doing in the sixth for the Braves, though they threaten they have a hit and leave two. We go to the bottom half of the sixth inning. 3-3 our score. Gene Garber becomes the third Atlanta pitcher of the night. You wonder if this is his last appearance in a Braves uniform. He is asked to be traded. The Braves are trying to honor that request. So far, nothing's happened. You had an interesting interview on your radio leadoff man today, Pete.
Yeah, Rick Camp, in the course of our conversation on the pregame radio show, indicating that he, too, would not mind being traded to another ball club simply because he's really not happy with his more or less undefined role on this team. He's pitched short relief, long relief. He's done mop-up work. He has started one game. He'd like to pitch in a regular role with another ball club.
Madlock and Garber face one another. Into the left field corner. The go-ahead run is at second with nobody out. Madlock strokes his 12th double of the year.
Well, when Bill Madlock comes to the plate, don't pay any attention to that 230 batting average. He's going to be up there around 300 or over 300 by the time the season ends. He always starts this way. He always gets off to kind of a slow start the first month or so and then sort of gets into high gear around Memorial Day. That's his 12th double of the year.
And he's very happy about it. Here's Marvell Wynn. One ball, no strikes. Braves led it 3-0 till the bottom of the fifth when the Pirates tied the game, and now they threaten to take the lead. High shot. Garber gets over there. Perry gets him the ball in time. Madlock at third, one out. And Johnny LeMaster, the batter, he's 1 for 2. Takes a long look at Bob Skinner as third base coach. They could go to a squeeze here. The Master 1 out of 21 for the year, and that base hit came an inning ago. To start the downfall of Steve Shields and the 3-run Pirate explosion. Right off the end of the bat and into the Pirate dugout, 0-1. Rick Reuschel due up next. Count evens up 1-1. Again, Skinner runs through the signs. LeMaster takes a long look. There's Bob. He's a pretty good outfielder in his own right. The 1-1. Swung and missed the breaking ball by a foot. It's 1-2. Center field. I don't think he'll even try. Murphy with the catch and the throw, and Madlock stays right where he is. 2 down. LeMaster can't score the run. Reuschel is being called back here. And Chuck Tanner is going to go to his bench. And we'll see who grabs the bat. Froebel will come out to pinch hit. Froebel, a left-hand hitter, comes on to hit for Rick Reuschel. Reuschel went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, struck out 4, walked 4, allowed 3 runs through 1 home run ball. Rod Scurry continues to throw in the Pirate bullpen. Infield, of course, can play back now for Atlanta with 2 out. There's your next Pirate pitcher, Mr. Scurry. Garver off the stretch. Curve missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Gino came up in the Pirate organization. Change is in there. First pitched for Pittsburgh in 1969. He's been with the Pirates, Kansas City, the Phillies, and the Braves. Just missed with a fastball, a little high, 2-1. The let-up squibbed off the end of the bat. He's going to beat it out, and the Pirates have the lead. He hit that thing right off the end of the bat at an absolutely perfect spot. Even if Ramirez comes up with it, he has no chance, and Pittsburgh takes a 4-3 lead.
This is really bad pitching luck for Gene Garber. He made a good pitch. Froebel didn't hit it very hard, but it's just beyond the reach of Horner. Just below the glove of Ramirez, and the Pirates have a 1-run lead.
Johnny Ray on the top of the order hits for Pittsburgh. Popped him up. Foul territory. Saroon gives it a look, has no play. 0-1. Ray is 2 out of 3. Scored a run and driven 1 home. His 15th RBI of the year. That's not bad for a leadoff man. Lee Mazzilli waits on deck. 14,579 the announced attendance here. But many of those people appear to be disguised as empty seats. Chases Froebel back to first. Jose De Leon against Steve Bedrosian tomorrow afternoon, 1:35 TV time. That's Eastern time on TBS. Line back into the seats. A ball and 2 strikes. Edges away. The 1-2, runner going. They pitch out. Saroon's throw. He is out of there, and the inning is over. Good job by Rick. Ramirez took the throw, and the inning comes to a close, but the Pirates break on top with a run on 2 hits. No errors. Nobody left. We've completed 6. Pirates lead it 4-3. Rod Scurry makes his 12th appearance of the year. He has no saves. And he'll face the top of the order for the Braves in the 7th. Washington, Ramirez, and Perry will be the first 3. Another left-hander begins to throw in the bullpen. For the Pirates, it looks like Al Holland heating up. Scurry, a fellow who's battled his way out of a drug dependency problem. Washington is 1 for 3, a solo home run in the 2nd. Pirates enjoy a 4-3 lead as we go to the 7th inning. Play here again tomorrow afternoon. We'll have it for you on TBS, then go to Chicago for games Tuesday and Wednesday, and we'll have both of those for you as well on the Superstation. 4:05 Eastern Time on Tuesday, 2:20 Eastern Time on Wednesday. Our telecast on Wednesday will start at 2:05, I believe. Ernie will have a pregame show for you. Well, here's Washington. Scurry ready to go to work. Nothing in 1. He chased the high fastball. Two. Scurry whiffs the first man he faces. Here's Ramirez.
Scurry has a good fastball and a good curveball. He stayed right with fastballs against Washington. Didn't show him a curve.
Scurry, born in Sacramento, lives now in Sparks, Nevada. The 1-0 pitch. On the corner, it's 1-1. Scurry came up at the end of the '79 season and been in the big leagues with the Pirates ever since. Big breaking curveball victimizes Ramirez. It's 1-2. He looks terrific, does Scurry. Got him with a curveball.
He just reversed the pattern on Ramirez that he used on Washington. Mostly fastballs against Claudel, mostly curves against Ramirez. The same result, strikeouts.
You'd think it would be just the other way around, that you'd be curving the left-hand hitter and throwing the fastballs by the right-hand hitter. But it sure worked out for him. Fastball, strike to Perry. There's his curve, little tap to second. What an easy inning. The Braves are gone in the 7th. We go to the bottom half. Pirates 4, Braves 3. We go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, and to bring you the rest of the way on Braves television, here's Pete Van Wieren.
Thank you, Skip. Paul Zavella enters the game at shortstop. Ramirez is out. And the count 0-1 on Johnny Ray, who fouled off the first pitch. Now it's even 1 ball, 1 strike. Ray with 2 singles and 3 at-bats. He has scored 1 run, driven in 1. 4-3, Pirates leading it. Grabbed by the pitcher, Gene Garber. Good play by Gino. 1 down. Now Lee Mazzilli. This is just speculation on the part of Ramirez leaving the lineup and Zavella coming in, but Rafael has been having problems with his throwing arm. His elbow in particular has bothered him, and it looked like he might have jammed his shoulder a little bit earlier in the game when he was going back to first base on a throw over by the pitcher. So So either one of those two things could be the cause for his removal. Here's Mazzilli. He is grounded to first and into a 4-6-3 double play and singled. He has also scored a run. Garber's 1-0. Missing, ball 2. The count now on Lee Mazzilli. Now we get the official word from the Braves dugout. It is a jammed right shoulder that Ramirez suffered when he went back to the bag at first a few innings ago that caused him to leave the ball game. 2-1 pitch, base hit left field. Hit number 3 off Gene Garber. Hit number 10 of the night for Pittsburgh. And the batter will be Steve Kemp. 9 of the 10 Pirate hits have been singles. They put 5 of them together in the 5th inning for 3 runs. Kemp is grounded out to second, line to short, and singled. He drove in a run with his base hit in the 5th inning. Mazzilli back safely. I want to send along happy birthday wishes tonight to Andy Parsons of CNN. The count, 1 ball, no strikes on Steve Kemp.
Yeah, Parsons 38 today, huh?
38 years old.
And his buddy Skip Ellison was too cheap to send him a card.
1 ball, no strikes. 1 man out. Braves down by 1. Garber paying a lot of attention to Lee Mazzilli. He can steal a base on you. He hasn't played much this year, but he's perfect in the stolen base category when he has attempted one. Kemp trying to bunt it. Cerrone throwing back to first. Close play. 1 ball, 1 strike on Kemp.
Close play. Mazzilli's got good reactions, though.
Now the 1-1. 2-1. Steve Shields started the game for Atlanta, worked 4 2/3 innings, allowed 3 runs, 6 hits. Jeff Dedman worked 1/3 of an inning, allowed no runs, 1 hit. Garber working his 2nd inning. He's allowed 1 run, 3 hits. And here's the 2-1 to Kemp. Just missed. 3-1. There's your runner at first, Lee Mazzilli, being held by Gerald Perry. And the 3-1 on the way to Kemp. He lost him. That's the first walk issued by Garber. Runners are now at first and second. In fact, that is only the 4th walk in 25 innings of work given up by Garber this year in the Braves bullpen. Goes back into action. Terry Forster gets up. George Hendrick, the batter, he is grounded out, fouled out, and singled, driving in a run with his 5th inning base hit. Braves could use 2 here. Steve Kemp, as you see, carries what looks like almost like a rosin bag in his right hand. Might be a little wooden spoke of some kind, but he carries something to make sure that he grips that right hand. There's a base hit to right field. And that will not get the run home. They hold Lee Mazzilli at 3rd. So the Pirates have loaded him up with 1 man out of the 7th and Tony Pena, the batter. Getting back to Steve Kemp for a moment, he must have suffered a wrist injury or a hand injury or something while sliding at some time during his career. And that's why you carry something in your hand to make sure you keep that grip closed.
Either that or he's been mugged, and that's mace that he carries around.
Well, Garber in a trouble spot here. Bases loaded, one man out. Tony Pena has walked, struck out, grounded to second. The Braves infield in at first and third. Double play, depth at second and short. Pirates on top by a run. Big swing, but a foul ball, 0-1. Lee Mazzilli, the runner at third. Steve Kemp down at second. George Hendrick at first. One man out. Braves took a 3-0 lead in this game. Pirates tied it with 3 in the 5th, went ahead with a run in the 6th, and now threaten to do some more damage here in the 7th. Here's the 0-1. Fouled away, 0-2.
Pete, they just paged the Pirate doctor and asked him to report to the Braves clubhouse, which could indicate that they want Rafael Ramirez examined.
Well, if you've been watching all night long, you'll recall the play earlier in the game when time had to be called. Dave Pursley and Eddie Haas went out to first base to see if Rafael was all right. He stayed in the game then, but had to leave because of that right shoulder problem a little later. Fly ball center field. Let's see if it's deep enough to score the run. Murphy makes the catch. Mazzilli heading for home. Murphy's throw will be cut off. It's 5-3. RBI number 14 for Tony Pena. The other runners hold at first and second. And the inning far from over. Here's Bill Madlock, who has walked, grounded to third, and doubled. He has the only extra base hit for the Pirates tonight. 11 hits in the game, 9 of them coming in the last 3 innings. And they lead it 5-3. 1 ball, no strikes. Hendrick and Kemp are your runners at first and second. Shallow right center field. Hubbard going back. Murphy coming in. Nobody can get to it. 1 run will score. It's 6-3. Madlock drives in his 8th run. That's hit number 12 for the Pirates. And they're beginning to break it open a little bit here.
That's going to be all, I think, for Gene Garber. Eddie Haas is on his way to the mound. Marvell Wynn, a left-hand hitter, is next. And Terry Forster is in the bullpen. Garber's been hit hard here, but he also has been the victim of a little bad luck. This is the second real bleeder that has dropped in there against him.
So Gene Garber will be lifted here after working an inning and 2/3. He allowed 5 hits. He has been charged with 3 runs. The runners at first and third belong to him. He walked 1, and he did not record a strikeout. Terry Forster makes his way in from the Braves bullpen, and he'll be facing Marvell Wynn with runners at first and third and 2 men out. We'll see how he fares against Wynn right after we watch this. Terry Forster making his 17th appearance of the season. There you see his record. He does not yet have a save this year, and there are the rest of his numbers. He'll be facing Marvell Wynn with runners first and third. The Pirates have really turned this game around. Braves were cruising along with a 3-0 lead. Pirates tied it in the 5th. Now they have a 3-run lead of their own. Here's Wynn, who has singled and twice grounded out to first. Deals inside. Terry, the 4th pitcher to work in the game. Now the 1-0. Out of play. Braves really need to have somebody step forward and pitch a complete game for them to give this bullpen a rest. This is the 46th game of the year, and the Braves have yet to turn in a complete game. The only team in the major leagues without one. Here's the 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2. Madlock off first, Hendrick off third. And the 1-2 to win. Whoa, good stop by Cerrone. That ball got away from Forster. 2-2. Hendrick and Madlock, your runners. And a 2-2 pitch. Grounded toward short. Zavella has it. Goes to Hubbard. And the inning's over. But the Pittsburgh Pirates pick up a couple more runs. And 3 hits. They lead 2. We go to the 8th inning. It's Pittsburgh 6, Atlanta 3.
Tom Browning got a win for the Reds. Alan Nicely had a homer. Steve Carlton now 1-5. He was the loser for the Phillies. The Cubbies an early lead. New York, San Diego, Montreal, Los Angeles play later on. Toronto has won 9 of their last 10. An easy win for California. Boston got the shutout. Bruce Keeson pitched it. And you see the rest of the American League activity. Billy Martin's got those Yankees playing good ball. Dick Hauser's doing all right with Kansas City. And there's your Red Man scoreboard, Pete.
Top half of the 8th inning about to begin. Sixto Lezcano takes over in left field for Steve Kemp. And Murphy, Horner, and Harper do up here against Rod Scurry. Braves need to get something going with the middle part of their batting order here. Down by 3 with 2 innings to go. Second baseman Johnny Ray. Long throw for the second baseman. Did Mazzilli stay on the bag? I guess he did. Good play by Mazzilli. That saved a throwing error by Johnny Ray. That's about the longest throw a second baseman will ever have to make.
I'll tell you something about Lee Mazzilli. He's a great outfielder, but he can't throw. And he has turned himself into a very, very good first baseman. You got to give him a lot of credit.
So Scurry is retired 4 straight. Now Bob Horner, who has 2 singles in 3 at-bats. His other time up, he hit into a 6-4 3-double play. He drove in a run with his first inning base hit. Braves in danger of falling back to 8 games under 500. Al Holland works in the Pirate bullpen. And the count even on Bob Horner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves have just been unable to get any kind of a even minor winning streak going. They've won no more than 2 games in a row all year.
Yeah, never any momentum at all.
No. You thought tonight maybe getting off to that quick start. 2 runs in the first, a run in the second. But now that lead has been frittered away, and it's 6-3 Pittsburgh in the 8th. Here's the 2-1. Foul back. Here's the 2-2. Foul back again. Again, the 2-2 from Scurry, and that curve didn't miss by much. Scurry thought he had him struck out.
Good thing we're not calling him from here, or he would be out.
So he's run the count full on Bob Horner. Now the payoff. He walked him. Well, it's See if that gets something started. Fifth walk issued by Pirate pitching, the first off Scurry. Terry Harper will be the batter. Harper has walked, grounded to short, and grounded to second. Steve Bedrosian tomorrow afternoon. Jose De Leon for the Pirates. We'll have it for you on the Superstation beginning at 1:35 Eastern Time. Holland continues in the Pirate bullpen. Looks like Zane Smith getting up now in the Braves bullpen. That curve over, 0-1. One man out here in the 8th inning. There's the Braves pen. Corner not being held. The 0-1 pitch to Harper, 0-2. Here's the 0-2 to Harper. That didn't miss by much. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Scurry delivers the 1-2, and that missed way outside. 2-2. Six runs, 12 hits for the Pirates. 3 runs, 7 hits for Atlanta. Neither club has made an error. We're in the 8th inning. Now the 2-2 struck him out with a breaking ball. Throwing to first is Pena, but Horner got back. Third strikeout for Rod Scurry. Of the 5 outs he's gotten in the game, 3 have come via the strikeout route. Now Rick Cerone, who has struck out twice and singled. And Scurry out in front again, 0-1. The 1-strike pitch. There's the curve. Little topper back to the mound. Scurry will handle this one. That's all for the Braves in the 8th. They leave another runner. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Score remains Pirates 6, Braves 3. Bottom half of the 8th inning. LeMaster, Scurry. And then the top of the order, Johnny Ray. Looks like Scurry will bat for himself. He's come out on deck. There is no activity in the Pirate bullpen. LeMaster has struck out, singled, and fly to center. Terry Forster delivers. Foul territory. Let's see if Perry can get to it. He looks like he's going to have room, and he's got it 1 down. Now Rod Scurry will bat for himself. He's been up only twice this year. He's 0 for 2. He gets a nice hand from his crowd of almost 15,000. He has pitched extremely well out of the Pirate bullpen. 2 innings thus far of scoreless relief with 3 strikeouts. 0-1. That evens it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rick Reuschel still stands to be the winning pitcher in this game. That run the Pirates scored in the bottom of the 6th to break the tie belongs to him. And the 1-1, 1-2.
He almost broke his back after that swing. He was trying to take him downtown.
Now the 1-2 offering. That's a foul ball. In the Braves' ninth, Glenn Hubbard, a pinch hitter for Forster. Then the top of the order, Claudell Washington. If anybody gets on, Paul Zuvella. (6-3) Pirates. Here's the 1-2. 2-2 the count. Towards second, Glenn Hubbard charging it. He'll throw on to first in time. Scurry really ran it out down that first baseline. He'll get a hand for that. Many times you won't see a pitcher run hard. He left no margin for error. If Hubbard had bobbled that ball at all, Scurry would have beaten it. 2 men out. Johnny Ray will be the batter. He has flied to left, singled twice, and bounced to the pitcher. 2 for 4 with a run scored and 1 RBI. Turns around batting righty now against Terry Forster. He is one of the more consistent switch hitters in the league. Coming into this game, 286 left-handed, 289 right-handed. A ball and a strike on Ray. Now it's 2-1. And the 2-1 from Forster caught the inside corner. 2-2. Here's the 2-2 offering. Struck him out with a breaking ball. Forster records his first strikeout. It's a 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th. Braves have one more chance against Rod Scurry. 9th inning coming up. Braves down by 3.
Attention Little League coaches, subscribe now to Braves Banner so you'll be sure to receive the July issue, which features the first in a series of Coaches' Corners. This month, Leo Mazzoni talks about teaching youngsters how to pitch. To subscribe, send $8.95 for the next 9 issues to Braves Banner. Post Office Box 89162, Atlanta, Georgia 30312. Read all about it in the Braves Banner.
Braves down by 3 as this 9th inning begins, and we're delighted to cover this one. Pittsburgh. The result's not exactly what the Braves had in mind. Let's see if Glenn Hubbard can change that. Doesn't look like it. LeMaster on the Mazzilli, 1 down. Now we'll get a pinch hitter, Albert Hall, for Terry Forster. Hall batting .222 for the year. No homers or RBIs. He is 2 for 12 as a pinch hitter. Rod Scurry trying for his first save of the season. The Pirates have had only 9 saves from their bullpen this year. John Candelaria has 7 of them. Al Holland has the other 2. And there's Holland keeping loose out there just in case trouble begins here in the 9th inning. John Candelaria also out there. He's just standing by. Scurry and Pena hold a little meeting. Hall, a switch hitter. He'll bat righty against Scurry. He's a better right-hand hitter than he is lefty, batting .400 right-handed, 2 for 5, hitting only .154 left-handed, 2 for 13. Foul back. Braves have been out hit 12-7, and they've been outscored 6-3. Pirates 2 outs away from evening up this series. Got the curveball over, 0-2. Scurry has really been able to throw that curveball for strikes in the 3 innings he's worked. He has walked only 1 man. He has struck out 3. And here's the 0-2 to Hall. Just missed outside. 1-2. 1-2 on the way. Upstairs, 2-2. Scurry's 2-2 offering just missed inside, and the count full on Hall now, 3-2. Washington on deck. Brad Cummins might be pinch hitting for Claudell Washington with the left-hander throwing. Here's the payoff pitch to Hall. Struck him out with a fastball, and that's the 4th strikeout for Rod Scurry. 8th strikeout for Pirate pitching.
Boy, this guy has pitched beautifully. He just went with a high smoke. It was out of the strike zone. If Albert lays off, he's on first base, but tough to lay off those high fastballs.
Now we'll get Brad Cummins pinch hitting for Claudell Washington. Cummins get 240, no homers, 8 RBIs, 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter. Driven deep to left field. Let's see if it's deep enough. I don't think so. Lescano on the warning track grabs it, and the ball game's over. Rod Scurry with 3 spotless innings of relief. And the Pirates have won it by a final score of 6-3. We'll be back to give you the totals and wrap it up right after this. Braves bow to the Pirates by a final score of 6-3. The series even up now to victory apiece. Pirates have picked up a 1-game lead now in the season series. They've won 3, the Braves 2. Skip has the totals.
Okay, Pete, for the Pirates, 6-12-0. They left 7. For Atlanta, 3-7-0. The Braves left 7. Rick Reuschel, the winner, 2-0. Gene Garber, the loser, 1-1. Rod Scurry, his first save of the year. The game-winning RBI goes to Doug Frobel, his second, 14,579 paid to see it.
Tomorrow afternoon, the rubber game in this series. Steve Bedrosian with a 2-3 record faces Jose De Leon with an 0-7 record, but don't let that record fool you. He's a good pitcher. We'll have it for you here on the Superstation beginning at 1:35 Eastern Time. Until then, for Ernie Johnson, John Sterling, Skip Carey, our director Skip Ellison, and our entire TBS crew, Pete Van Weeren from Pittsburgh. Final score once again, Pirates 6, Braves 3. So long, everyone.